Hi, I'm Anquan Bolden of the San Francisco 49ers. And BTV is coming up next.
Coming up on BTV News, what it's like being a member of the United Nations as Benjamin students got a real-life, first-hand look as part of the Yale Model UN.
Plus, with literally thousands of websites out there providing information, how do you know what is fact and what is fiction? We'll help you decipher between the two.
And in BTV Sports, we take to the diamond and check in on the Benjamin baseball team. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of BTV News. I'm Shay O'Donoghue.
And I'm Andrew Lappin. You give us 15 minutes, and we'll give you the latest news that affects you and the Benjamin School.
Plenty to get to today in this episode of BTV News, including a peek at the upcoming spring musical. But first, our top story. The United Nations is an international organization founded in 1945 and committed to maintaining international peace and security, developing friendly relations among nations, promoting social progress, better living standards, and human rights. Benjamin students had the opportunity to travel to Yale University and get hands-on experience by taking part in a student-run United Nations, as BTV Frederica Delawi reports.
In the beginning of January, Model UN traveled to Yale University to represent different nations and committees. Club members and chaperones experienced life on Yale campus.
The Model United Nations has students represent a country in different actual UN committees, and everything from general assemblies to regional bodies and specialized committees, and they act on behalf of those countries to make resolutions.
They had some really interesting committees this year. We had kids on a French Revolution committee, on a Squid Game committee, there was Harry Potter committees, then Council on Human Rights and Economic Relations, and so we had kids running the gambit, and they were all engaged and all involved in some way or other, so it was a really awesome trip.
We got to learn about the UN, and we did moderate caucuses to debate.
So as the name kind of says, Model UN is basically a simulation of the actual United Nations, in which everyone is split up into different committees and we debate on different topics. So beforehand, every member of the club was assigned a committee and a country. They had to research that country's position on two different topics.
Chaperones and students create resolutions while creating fun memories.
For the first 2 days, it was kind of like an exploration day, so you could just walk around the campus with your friends and go check out a lot of things like tours and art museums.
We made sure that we hit up our standard Pepe's Pizza while we were there, which is a New Haven favorite and local, and there were some mixed reviews from the students, so I'm hoping next year when we go back to Pepe's, they actually enjoy the pizza a little more.
Seems like the Model UN students learned a lot during this trip to Yale University. Hopefully they carry these traits to the real world and make a difference. This is Frederica Delawi reporting for BTV News Channel 3.
Thanks, Frederica. Well, the choices to secure information online for your essays, reports, or projects are many. But with so much misinformation out there, how do you know what website or source to trust? We sent BTV reporter Hannah Beam out and about to find out.
It has become harder and harder to find credible sources of information. I went around campus to find out how to avoid misinformation.
Can you find a date of when the article was published? Can you find an author? Can you find their credentials? And can you find at the very bottom sources for additional information? So using those few check marks, it will help you locate information that is possibly been reviewed, peer reviewed, and validated by another set of eyes, someone than just random person on the internet writing some random article.
Students share how they can avoid misinformation.
So when I'm doing a story, I make sure to interview a bunch of different people so that I can get a good consensus of what the overall situation is. And I also check with administration throughout the process to make sure all my facts are correct.
I use Galen Context because there's both history and science, so there's a lot of resources you can find on there, and most of them are primary resources.
Student reporters share the dangers of misinformation and what they are doing to fight it.
Just leads to a chain of just people being wrong, which can be really dangerous and harmful.
I think verifying sources is really important because it allows the truth to actually be told, and I think that's a really important part of journalism is letting people know the truth, and that's one of the reasons why I got into it.
Misinformation can be incredibly dangerous. However, there are many sources of fact-checked information available to students. For BTV News Channel 3, I'm Hannah Bean.
Thank you, Hannah. Well, we are just about a month away from the drama department's spring musical, and this year it's sure to be a, well, mean one. As BTV's Tucker Smith reports, everyone involved is loving the challenge of being mean girls.
The Benjamin School is excited to introduce the new musical Mean Girls. The dancers share their thoughts on the new choreography.
I'm excited because we get to learn like a bunch of new choreography, and it's just something new for us all to like experience because most of the girls in the dance ensemble like haven't been in a musical. So yeah, it's just fun and new and just something, you know, like different.
I'm really excited to dance in the musical because I love Mean Girls. It's my favorite movie, and I also really love performing on the stage.
The Benjamin cast and staff share how this year's musical will be an improvement from last year's.
I'm really excited to like perform it. I feel like it'll be really fun. But I'm also really excited to see the choreography and like see how it like plays out.
Well, I'm just excited for the whole musical in general because there's a lot more people who audition this year, including like middle schoolers. And everything, it's much more fun when there's more roles to fill and more people to work with.
Our turnout, which was really fantastic this year, we probably have the largest number of students being involved since I've been here, and we're also involving the middle schoolers as well. So all total with the cast of dance ensemble, middle schoolers, upper school, and faculty.
The Benjamin students talk about the upcoming musical Mean Girls.
David Freer, I mean, he's got the vocals, the acting skills, you know, the hair. I mean, David is just that guy, you know?
Thank you to the Benjamin dancers, the Benjamin actors, and the Benjamin musical faculty staff. I'm Tucker Smith, reporting from BTV News Channel 3.
Thanks, Tucker, and we can't wait for this year's musical. Showtimes will be April 21st and 22nd at 7 p.m. and a matinee on April 23rd. Well, time to put our shades on because it's about to get bright as we fire up the spotlights and shine them on another faculty member here at Benjamin. BTV's Owen Olbers has more.
Lao Shi is the Chinese teacher for the Benjamin Upper School. Students and faculty love her positive attitude, and her happiness is contagious. What makes Lao Shi so great? Lao Shi explains how she got to the Benjamin Upper School.
I came to America 2005, and
I can't
realized we were looking. Benjamin was looking for a teacher. My baby was less than 1 year old, so I came to the interview with my baby in the stroller. The NHS students were taking care of my Sabrina, and then this is how I found the school. And I never knew anything better. I never knew anything else at that time anyway, and I'm just very, very lucky.
Students explain what they love about Lao Shi and the Chinese classroom.
Some of the best aspects of Lao Shi, definitely like the way she teaches characters, how she gives a quiz every day, helps with discipline.
I would just say like the overall environment. I mean, everyone is like really happy to be here, really happy to learn Chinese, and yeah, we just have a lot of fun here.
I'd say how passionate she is about Chinese and like how she really wants us to learn it.
I love Lao Shi because she's really mindful, and you know, sometimes when we're tired, she has us close our eyes for like 2 minutes and we'll meditate for a bit. And she's really into yoga, so that's pretty cool.
Chinese students' love for the language extends beyond the Benjamin School.
Yeah, so me and Dev went to speak to a Yale professor and learned some Chinese from her, and she emailed Lao Shi that we did well and understood the lesson.
Lao Shi has a special method of teaching that she believes is very important in education.
So she doesn't just teach what's in her subject, she teaches like much more. Like for example, like mindfulness and meditation and how that can help within your studies.
And I do a lot of like average like 1 minute each class a day, a little bit less than a minute to teach mindfulness, and I think it's so important in education to get the mind straight and the mind relaxed before we learn here.
Overall, Lao Shi's incredible story of mindfulness and inspiring teaching methods have surely impacted her students.
This is Owen Overs reporting for BTV News Channel 3.
That will take us to a quick timeout, but there's plenty more ahead when BTV continues.
We play ball with the boys of spring, checking in on the Bucks baseball team and BTV sports. Stay with us. More BTV coming up next.
Yeah, I'm married. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis?
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Hi, I'm Zach Thomas of the Miami Dolphins.
O'Donnell has to double pump, and Zach Thomas with the interception. Hello, Zach. Zach Thomas has just set a Miami record with his 4th career interception return for a touchdown.
And BTV Sports is coming up next.
Hello everyone, welcome to BTV Sports. I'm Zach Nightoff, bringing you everything that is Benjamin Athletics. The spring sports season is here, and with it comes the sounds of baseball from Jacobs Field. BTV's Ryan Smith takes us out to the ball game.
The Benjamin baseball team has had a strong start to the season. Players talk about the season and their expectations. The baseball team has a strong roster, which brings many future college players for the season.
So I play third base. It's my first year ever playing third base. I've never played third base in my life, but I'm pretty athletic, so I picked it up fairly easily.
So I'm an outfielder. I mean, overall pretty chill. You know, catch some fly balls, dive for a couple of them, make some throws, get to share the outfield with Jackson, Rocco, and Walker. So, I mean, pretty electric if you ask me.
The team already has precedence and has excelled in their game so far.
I love our hitting. I really love, like, Tuesday we had 4 bombs. I think we're working really hard in the cage and we're doing a great job of hitting. We need to improve on our base run, I feel like. And our pregame IO needs to get a little better. I think we're slouching on that a little bit.
So far the team is doing really good. We're 4-1 at the moment. We haven't been 4-1 in a while now, and I feel like the team is we have better chemistry. And we're hitting and we're pitching well, so yeah.
Players have teams in mind for the upcoming season.
There's a lot of good teams, but I would say most definitely North Broward Prep.
I'm most excited to play Kings Academy because they've always beat us, and it's always been a fight whenever we beat them. And we're looking really good this year, so I think we're going to beat them.
It seems that expectations are high for this year and the games.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, winning a state championship would be pretty cool. But, you know, just winning one game at a time and making our way there, I think, is what's most important.
I expect us to make a pretty deep playoff run. Hopefully we make it to states. I think we will. Yeah.
With a powerful roster, the baseball team looks forward to a successful season and a hopeful state title run. This is Ryan Smith reporting for BTV News Channel 3.
Thank you, Ryan, and good luck to the Benjamin baseball team this season. Be sure to walk over to Jacobs Field and catch the Bucks in action. Their next home game is March 20th at 12:30 p.m. as they play host to Gulliver Prep in the spring break tournament. That is a look at BTV Sports. Have a great day. Back to you, Shay and Andrew.
Thanks, Zach. That's going to do it for this episode of BTV News. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you back here after spring break.
For my co-anchor, Shay O'Donoghue, Zach Nightoff, Director John Morant, and the entire BTV News crew, I'm Andrew Lappin, leaving you with what some of us plan to do over spring break. See you back here soon, Benjamin.
We don't have any big plans. I'm probably just gonna tan, maybe swim. I don't know, that's all. Just try to get a nice tan.
So I plan on paddleboarding. Micah has a track meet, so we're gonna head up to IMG for a track meet. And then we're gonna come back, and then every day I'll do a different activity, paddleboarding, jet skiing, hanging out on the boat. So lots of water this spring break.
I'm gonna tan, hopefully get a tan that's real. And then I'm just gonna visit a bunch of cool places in LA.
I'm going to San Diego, California to see my grandparents.
I'm going to like Versailles and stuff like that, and I want to like go shopping in Paris.
I'm going from my bedroom to my living room, and I may do a return trip.
I'm getting there by the plane.
Walking, I think. The bus fare is just too much.
I'm going to take a flight with my family, of course.